Music education has been a controversial topic in the news for the past few years. There's been many debates on whether it's actually important to the young mind and if it actually helps the learning process. Now, music education leads to better grades, a better psychological well-being and development, and higher critical thinking skills, thus leading to a better overall education. Now, in my speech today, I will discuss three of the main reasons music education is important in the school curriculums. First, I will discuss the importance of music education in leading to better grades. Second, I will discuss how music education helps build and maintain a better psychological well-being. And lastly, I will discuss how music education helps develop higher critical thinking skills. Now, music education in the school curriculum leads to a multitude of positive outcomes. One of those main positive outcomes is higher grades. Now, studies have found that music education actually leads to having higher grades, and it also shows that students involved in music education tend to be more engaged in their education and school experience. So they're just more involved overall, they're more ready to learn, they're more excited to learn. Studies have also shown that SAT scores show the importance of music education in that art students, especially music students, tend to have higher SAT scores, thus leading to students, getting into better colleges for their continued education, getting better scholarships to help pay for that, as well as increasing school funding from the state, based off of the SAT scores. Now, although music education helps with raising students' grade point averages, it also helps build and maintain a better psychological well-being. Now, psychological well-being is a person's ability to function at an emotionally normal level in society. Students with music education backgrounds have a tendency to have higher self-esteem and success levels, and then just a general overall happiness in life. Music education students also have a tendency to have a higher attentive level, and that's developed at a very young age in music education, and then continues to develop as the student continues their music education growing up. Now, going hand in hand with the grades and psychological well-being, music education also creates a higher critical thinking skill. Now, those in music education have a tendency to have that higher level of critical thinking skills. And one way that those are developed is by music education teachers using a consistent observation and evaluation technique in young-aged music education students. Having them listen to a song and then going back and evaluating it. It gets the mind thinking and gets the mind really looking at the critical levels of the music. It also, primes the brain to learn more varied and in-depth subject matter. It gets it ready to look at, different sides of music, different composers, comparing and contrasting their works, as well as seeing, playing different notes at the same time. It gets their brain thinking about more than one thing and being able to use that in one subject. Now, I discussed three very important reasons why music education is important in the school systems. First, I discussed the importance of music education in leading to better grades and a better grade point average and test scores. Second, I discussed how music education helps build and maintain a better psychological well-being, self-esteem, just a general overall happiness in life. And then finally, I discussed how music education develops higher critical thinking skills, getting the brain thinking about more than one thing and being able to evaluate what we're learning. Music education leads to, better grades, a better psychological well-being, and the development of that psychological well-being, and also higher critical thinking skills, which thus leads to, a better overall education in general. So in conclusion, music education has many varied ways of improving the mind and learning experiences in school curriculums. Taking those out will just cause a bunch of problems in the learning experiences, but keeping them in the curriculums and encouraging more students to get involved in those classes not only helps the school education levels and state fundings as well as increased ranking for the school, it also helps prepare the students for so many successes in their lives and a multitude of other important critical thinking skills.